everybody. Welcome to the Crack of Dawn. I don't know how many episodes we're on, maybe 4, 5, 6, something like that, but thank you for tuning in. I love to paint with you all, and I hope you're getting canvas and nice paints so we can do this live together. So fun. I was over at Aldi this morning shopping, and I realized that there's weed killer in all my kids' cereal. That wasn't fun. So I'm trying to figure out how to shop now because it's a pain. But anyway, I have to bake some more goods at home and start from scratch. So today, I was supposed to have a guest, Alexia Bookums. If you're out there, hello, Alexia. You'll come on next time. No problem at all. Everybody's busy. It's still summertime, and everybody's like, I don't have time. I'm going to the beach. So what we're going to do today is I went to my studio before I came down here to the studio, and I thought, what am I going to paint tonight? And I thought, oh, okay, let's see. A lighthouse is really easy. So I grabbed one off the wall at my studio, and I thought, this is super easy. You can make these big, you can make them small. They're not hard at all. So we're gonna start with this. This isn't my best one. You can see here it's dripping because I put too much paint and stuff, but it's still beautiful. Makes a great gift, looks great on the wall, and again, it's original art, which is just so nice to have. So let's see, if you can see here, what I'm gonna do is, again, we're doing another landscape. We'll do some different scenes coming up. So I'll do some different variations of paintings. I just thought if my friend was gonna come on, I wanna make it easy for her. So I don't want people having to worry that they can't paint a lighthouse. So this is pretty easy. I wouldn't make you paint something hard. So what we're gonna do is horizon line. Horizon line is where the sky hits the ground. Whether it be water, whether it be a pasture, whatever it is, wherever the sky hits the ground, that's your horizon line. So my horizon line is right smack dab in the middle of my painting. So I'm gonna use a pencil because I did realize that the Sharpie's kind of a pain and you can't get around it. So hopefully you can see this pencil. I know we were gonna do swans with the letter 2 or the number 2 and all that, but I decided the lighthouse will be better. So I've got my horizon line, which is a straight line all the way across. Again, if you can't draw a straight line, grab something else like this, and then you can do it like that. Okay, there's many ways to skin a cat. Sorry, cats, I love cats. Just something my former friend used to say, it was hilarious. So what we're gonna do, we've got the horizon line, and then we have some sort of little mountain thing because the lighthouse is usually on something a little tall because they have to be able to see the boats and the lights and the sharks on Cape Cod coming in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take this, and I realize it's only about this high on my pencil, so I can do that and I can measure, and I'm just gonna make a line coming down like this. Okay? Now, you can see these boats over here, and I don't really know how to draw boats, but I've drawn a lot of boats for people, and as long as they give me a picture of their boat, I'm all set. Sailboat's the easiest, because all it is a triangle. That's it, okay? So I can make a triangle here, and again, you might want to erase. This is the worst eraser I've ever seen, so I'm not going to use that, but I would erase this line here. You don't want to put your sailboat here. You can, but you want it so that it's going through the horizon line, so it looks like it's kind of there. The bottom of the sailboat is just a, anything. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just, I just drew kind of like a little circle underneath it, okay? Because it's so far away, it doesn't matter. Now, do you want to put people on there? No, it's too far away. The closer up the boat, the more difficult it's going to be because the boat's closer. Therefore, if there's people on them, you're going to have to draw the people. And I can do that, but you don't want to do that yet. So what I'm going to do is teach you how to do a lighthouse. Now, a lighthouse is a structure. So it goes straight up in the air, and it's sort of like my red Solo cup, except I can't dump it upside down because the water would go all over the floor. But if you tip it upside down, the lighthouse goes up into it's called a perspective. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a little smiley face here, like that, and I'm gonna draw a line going straight up the middle, okay? And then what you want is you want this line to go towards that line, and you want this one to go towards that. So it's getting skinnier as it goes up, okay? And that's your lighthouse. Okay, and then on the top, you want to do a frown face, sad, like this. Okay, and that is a cylinder. And then you can start by putting this square on the top. I mean, I'm just kind of making it up. And then there's a little like fence or something there, so 3 lines there. There's a triangle at the top of it. like that, and then a little thing on the top. I don't know what that is. There's always like a little window here, and some lighthouses have a house attached. So, you know, if you wanted to add a house attached to the lighthouse, my friend Biz in college, she actually lived in a lighthouse, Pemaquid Point. That's her parents' lighthouse. And they run this diner on the end, and they're so cool. The Houghtons. Biz, I haven't seen in a long time, but I got to get up there. So I love Maine. I love it. The water's freezing, but I love it. So I got my lighthouse, and then these are going to be rocks and stuff. But look at what I'm doing. I'm just kind of like, I'm not even looking really. And you can just kind of just make some lines so that you know they're going to make some rocks here and stuff. And then over here, I have the beach. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, it's sort of like those mazes where you do them in the newspaper and you have to, or you're a little kid and you try to get out of the maze. So just think of it this way. I'm going to go slightly down from here because it's only a little bit. And then I'm going to try to figure out how do I make a wavy line that goes from here down to here. So I'm just going to kind of shoot it around like this, and that's it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now, if I want clouds in the sky and things like that, I can throw a couple in, but you can do that later. I don't really love my lighthouse, but I'll fix it. You just want to make sure it's straight. Okay, it's like a bottle of wine or a wine glass. You got to make, or a pitcher. Got to make sure it's straight on both sides, and that it all goes up into this one horizon or this one perspective, line of perspective. So that will be fun. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my palette here. You can see. Again, I've already set it up, so I've tried to put the colors that I think will be on the painting. So I've got some brown, I've got some black, purple I can make. I should have grabbed the purple right out of the thing, but I didn't. And I need white, always have the white for the lighthouse. And this looks like, to me, it's not morning, but it's a sunset. So I think it looks like night. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit, but don't be afraid. Now, I don't have my favorite brush, but I do have this one. This is a flat brush at an angle, like a staircase, and I love these brushes. I hate when I lose them, though, I really do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dip it into the water here, okay? And I think I'm going to do the blue first. So I'm gonna take this blue, I'll mix it with a little white, and it's kind of like, looks like Bermuda. So I don't really want it that much. Blue. So I'm going to dull it down with a little bit of this brown here, see? And my paints won't drip on the ground. And I'm standing on a tablecloth from CVS. I love CVS. Oh, spend hours there. I just bought a lipstick just for this show because my Chanel is out. And instead of paying $38 for a thing of lipstick, I bought some Maybelline. With my CVS coupon, it was about $3. I love it. I love it. So I'm going to go in. I've got this dulled down blue kind of thing here, and I'm going to throw that in to the water. Again, I'm not going to make waves and things because I'm just trying to keep the water still. It looks like it's in kind of a bay, so it's not going to have a lot of movement, okay? And I see some in the sky, so I'm going to put some up in the sky. Okay, hopefully it comes out nice. If not, a couple episodes I'll do over so that you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. But I do like to be quick because, you know, you can tweak it later on and you can fix it and do whatever you want with it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I've got some blue in there. I'm gonna mix some brown with some red because I've got this beach looking color here. Whoops, that's a little too red. So what I'll do is I'll mix some more brown in, get some water, and I'll throw that in for my beach. Maybe some white, just to make it a little lighter, like beach. Okay, I'm gonna throw that in. Again, we have one camera today, staring straight at me, so you won't get any angles, but that's okay. Everybody's on vacation. Love it. But this here, Nutmeg TV, I've been watching a lot of Nutmeg TV. There are some fantastic shows on. And I get so bored watching things that I have the attention span of a gnat. So, which is why I want to see the Meg, that shark movie. I was just telling my guy here, I want to see it. My kids won't see it with me. My husband doesn't have time. So I'm going to go to the shark movie by myself. I don't even know. Or I'll just wait for it to come out. But I like movies that you can leave, get a thing of popcorn, and you didn't miss the whole movie, you know, because I don't like that. So I'm like a child with the attention. So that's okay, though. I don't mind. Hopefully it stays like that. Again, paint the sides while you're here, okay? And I'm just trying to fill up space. I can go back later and fix it. Some people might say, oh, that looks awful, Dawn. Well, guess what? I love it. Ha. So what you're gonna do is just remember you're just filling up space for now because we're gonna go back. We don't want white. We don't want the white canvas. So we wanna fill that up. Now in the background, where the lighthouse is, I'm just gonna put a little black in with that brown. See that? It's gonna make it a little darker. I'm gonna put that over here. Okay? Don't worry about mistakes. It doesn't matter. Paint the sides, always. Okay, these make great little gifts. And I mean, even if this takes you 3 weeks to do a lighthouse, or a year, it doesn't matter. It'll probably be better than mine because I'm just whipping through these. But it's a lot of fun, and what I'm trying to do is get you to not be nervous, you know, because that's the whole point here. And, you know, artists do. They say artists live for a long time if they can keep their sanity, but I'm pretty good with it. So as you can see behind me, when I went to the Patriots spring training, or whatever they call it, preseason training, or whatever it was, I went into the gallery at Patriots Place, and I asked the guy, can I get my paintings in here? And he's like, well, you got to contact this guy named Frank, and then he's in charge. So I get home, and I email Frank a whole pile of my paintings, and he says yes. So I get a 3-day show, and it's November 30th to December 2nd. So if you're going to a Vikings game, I forgot it. I think it's a Vikings game. If you're going to a Vikings game, get down there to Patriots Place and check out my beautiful paintings. I know nothing about football, so I'm trying to figure out who's on the team other than Tom Brady. I know Gronk behind me here, and then I got Brady here, but I got to get some of Belichick. I know he's the coach, so I don't know much, but I got to figure it out and get some good paintings up there. So I've never painted football people before, but I'm so glad they have helmets on because I don't have to worry about the whole portrait thing. And then this one behind me, Tom Brady's, it's behind, so perfect. Don't have to worry about his face at all. Those are hard. Portraits can be hard. I used to teach portrait painting in Plainville. I loved it. I hope they liked me. I don't work there anymore, but I loved it. Oh my God, those people were so talented. Portraits are hard. You know, I can do them, but do I like to do them? Not really. People always say, make me thin, make me this, make me that, and you know, it's all right. I don't mind, I can do that. But then in the end, you know, well, it doesn't really look like me. It's like, well, you are a brunette and you did want blonde hair, so that could be a problem. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna make some more blue for my ocean. Just trying to fill up space. Again, we only have like 28 minutes or 24 minutes here, so try to make it fun. And you know, I could do an hour-long program, but I want you to stay with the channel, you know, not switch it. And you know, I want you to stay with me here. And anybody, again, that wants to come on the show, I would love it. It would be so fun. You don't have to know how to paint. It's better if you don't know, because then the reaction is like, wow. And you know what? If it's better than mine, I'm not going to cry. I'm fine with it. It might be better than mine. Mary Ellen Fillo was on here once, 10 years ago. Hers was better than mine. Mary Jones was on with me. Hers was better than mine. I had a lot of different guests on. Jim Shea, his was great. We had my gorgeous neighbor, Sherry, posing in her gorgeous figured, in her bikini. No, she had a one piece on, but good God, that girl is gorgeous. Makes me jealous, but you know what? That's okay. I don't mind. I'm not going to do anything about that, okay? So here we go here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get some of this yellow stuff going on in the sunset. And again, it definitely has to come into my water. So it's good that I have these spaces. It's dripping, but it doesn't matter. You know, when you're at home, you might want to work. A lot of times I said I work standing up like this. You know, so a lot of times I do. And when I did my Brady pictures behind me, I did those on like a chair. I didn't even use the easel, I don't think. I forget a lot of stuff, but that's okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my brush clean. You know, normally I'd have a paper towel here, but I don't have one. And you know what I do sometimes? It's so silly, but I use my arm like that. It all comes off, it's fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some yellow. I don't want this bright canary yellow. I just bought my son a bird. I think it's a canary, or maybe it's a parakeet. People say, oh, Dawn, you don't want a bird. And I'm like, I think it's fine. So I got the bird. He's awesome. He does nothing. I keep trying to teach him to say stuff. Hello, hello. He says nothing. So we'll see. So what I'm going to do is throw in this sunset, which is gorgeous. You know, it's looking a little fake, but I don't care. I'll fix it later. So if it's looking a little fake, you might want to dull down your yellow with some of this yellow ochre, which again is like a Dijon mustard color. And I'm going to dull that down with a little of that. And that's going to make it a little less bright yellow, like my son's canary. And then I'm going to go like that. I just went camping at Misquamicut Beach. I loved it. Thank God the people that I went with know how to camp, because I have no idea. My parents took my sister and I to 48 states in a VW pop-up camper. But according to my friend, she's like, that's not camping because you didn't have a tent. And I'm like, I think we did have tents, but I can't remember. But we went everywhere. We just didn't go to Alaska and Hawaii. So I've been to 48 states, and I still haven't been to Alaska or Hawaii. And I don't really care. My parents love to travel, and I'm so blessed that I was able to do that. And my sister and I formed a very tight bond, and as we all did, so it's nice. I can't remember, I think it was called Burlingame State Park, which is like 5 minutes from Taylor Swift's house and Misquamicut Beach. And that beach is so clean, no sharks. I found a horseshoe crab, which I was glad he was washed onto the shore, even though I felt bad for him. I didn't want to be stepping on that in the ocean. No sharks, and a beautiful beach. And it's not like on, you know, I love Cape Cod beaches, but the sharks are crazy out there right now. And also, some of the bigger beaches, you have to walk forever through these weeds, and, you know, it's beautiful, but the dunes and stuff, it takes forever. So if you have all these umbrellas and coolers, like, you're going to be walking forever. That's quite a workout. So I'm coming along here, and again, I'm going to leave my sailboat white, because that's going to be, it's not going to be white in the end, but it might be. And I never really do this, but I'm doing it. I'm painting down. See that? It's not really wrecking it. But I'm going to take some more, and I'm going to reflect it into the water. So I did camping for, oh gosh, 5 days. And, you know, I'm not a big fan of using bathrooms that 1,000 other people are using, but I made it through, and it was fine. So I'm going to put this yellow in here, dulling it down a little, and I'm just going to throw it in the places where the white's showing. So that makes it look like, maybe I'll put some on my lighthouse, because, you know, it's going to hit the side of the lighthouse a little too. And it might even be hitting the foreground here. So if we go into the next episode, this will be good, because it's fine. I like to go slow every now and then. Yeah, so I'm going to put some of this in here, because the sky's obviously doing that. Now, the dripping is from using a lot of water on your brush. So what you want to do is, you know, I can add a little bit more paint in the end, and that'll look nice. Okay, now I'm going to start to go in. I'm keeping the same brush, as you can tell. I've not switched brushes yet. So I have this brush here, and I'm keeping it, because when I do the littler stuff, I'll go to a littler brush. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this black, and I don't want it totally black, so I'm going to do brown and black mixed. And that way, I can show that this is darker on the bottom. And to make rocks, really, there's no trick. It's just that you want it to look like there's some depth here. So I'm just kind of poking around and making marks like this, hoping that they're going to look like rocks. I might add grass. I put some green out here just in case I want to add a little grass in there. So I'm going to put these in, just like a big rocky thing going on here. Might add a house, because sometimes the lighthouse is attached. And I love lighthouses. My Aunt Bunny, she has a beach house in York. Oh, it's beautiful there. I love Noble Light. So we go there. Not as much anymore, but I used to love to go down there. And it's a beautiful place. And then around here, I don't really go down to the shore as much anymore. I used to live in Clinton, where I was a teacher for a while. And my students are like 35 years old now. I was probably 22 when they were like 12 and 13, around my kids' age, actually. So I don't go down there that often, but it's a beautiful, beautiful place. I'm going to go like this, because I do see that this line is kind of going like that. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, I might switch brushes and try to work on my lighthouse a little. And then what I'll do is I'll end with adding some more sunset and putting it all together. So again, you can see this dripping here, but that's okay. Don't worry. It could be a reflection of the rocks. It's something you can go over. And again, I'm working straight up like this, upright, so things are gonna drip, especially with acrylic paint. Oil is not going anywhere. But again, the oil's pretty messy. I do love oil painting though. It's a whole different thing. You gotta try it. Just make sure you have ventilation. Outside is good because the turpentine is very strong. And even though it says odorless paint thinner, that stuff, oh gosh, I think I called poison control for my husband twice already. Sorry, Tone. But in college, they told us never mix your paints in a coffee cup. Never, 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 never. Totally not allowed. So what did I do? Was using one of our coffee cups at home, and my husband was drinking coffee that morning, and the color that I was mixing into the turpentine looked just like the color of coffee. So he took a big old glug of that, and he was just like, I mean, it was just awful. He was like, you know, because you can't get rid of that. So you try to eat something, you try to drink water, so I call poison control. I'm like, oh my God. Not trying to kill my husband, but he just drank the thing, and I put the darn turpentine in it. Oh, he was so mad at me, but we're still married. So he's not that mad at me. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna put the Lighthouse in. I'm gonna get a smaller brush. Here's one here. It's okay. Again, I didn't bring my greatest brushes, but that's okay. And I'm gonna go into the white, okay? And as you can see here, I'm gonna take a little bit of the black and I'm gonna make it light gray. And I'm gonna go over here, okay? And we're almost done here. So I'll see what I can get on this set, and then the next time I come in, I might either finish it, but I think you're gonna wanna work with me just to see how it works out. I can put some of the white here, it's reflecting into the water. And then on the top, I'm gonna take another smaller brush. Sometimes you need the smaller ones, especially when you're signing, okay? I'm gonna take this brush here, and I'm gonna go into the black, and I'm gonna put this thing here, okay, which is like a square. Again, I didn't have that much coffee today, but oh well. Here we go. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put the little window here on the side. I'm going to put these little, like, 3 little things there. And then I'm going to put the triangle at the top. And I'm going to put that little top of the thing. Okay, it's not perfect, but that's all right. I'm going to make a shadow underneath. Add a few more rocks. Okay, and I think we will have to go into the next episode, but don't worry about it. I'm just gonna keep rambling on like I normally do. Please stop by my shop anytime you want. If I'm not there, because Farmington is not, Martha's Vineyard where people are buying art all day long. So if I'm not there, I live literally about a minute from my little studio there. And if I'm not there, a lot of people, you're never there. I'm like, well, you know what, I got kids. We go to a pool, it's kind of fun, and it's summer. So I'll be there more often. But you just call me. Call my number. It's all right on the side of my building. Just say, hey, Dawn, are you around? And I'll be there in 2 seconds. So again, just going to go kind of a little faster here. You can put birds in the sky. Now, if you're doing a bird, all it is the letter M, like this. I do it with a pencil. So see? And you don't want tons of birds, because at Misquamicut, I'll tell you, I had a bag of chips that birds were everywhere. They tore the whole darn thing up. Potato chips everywhere, and then he wouldn't leave. So I took my sandal, I threw it at him. Oh, those birds are crazy. But I do love birds, so I wouldn't do any harm to them. As we're closing up here, I just hope that you love my show. I'd love to have you on. Ron's busy right now, but Ron will come on. And Stephen when he gets back from Italy. And we'll have a lot more guests on here. Okay, I'm just gonna add some more colors here. Now I'm going a little gray on me here, but that's okay. I can even take that gray and pretend I'm making some more rocks back here. I can make a shadow on my lighthouse. So I think I'm gonna make a shadow on this side of my lighthouse. Okay. And you can always go back. I'm using quite a big brush to be doing this, but it's all right. Okay. And then I'm gonna do my sailboat. My sailboat, I'm not gonna make it white, but I'm gonna make it whitish gray. I'm gonna put that sailboat in there. Okay, again, I should be using a smaller brush, but no big deal. Just trying to show you how it's done. Okay, and had a lovely time with you today, and I'm so glad that you're gonna tune in, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of this weed killer that's in my kids' cereal, because I can't buy Lucky Charms anymore. I love Lucky Charms. Oh, good God, do I love those things. Okay, so here we go. We have got a lighthouse, easy to do, okay? Don't stress. Spend a little bit more time on your sketch than I did because it's much easier in the end to go. Get yourself some smaller brushes. You don't have to do a big canvas, and you can also use watercolors. There's a girl in my class, and she does watercolors. She's so good at it. Oh, good Lord, she's great. So watercolors, oil paints, acrylics, whatever you choose, this is gonna de-stress your life. I'm trying to declutter my life right now, and it's kind of a pain. I need about 5 dumpsters, but that will come. And welcome to the next episode. Next week, we'll be doing another one, and I look forward to seeing you all. So bye-bye, and I just love it. Gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit more here. Get going with that. Use some of this paint while I have it, because it's just going in the trash can. Throw that in.